Good morning, I'm Steve Thomas, and welcome once again to the loft here at Ask This Old House. I'm delighted to report that the mailbag is full, and we're getting a lot of interesting questions. For example, Roger Cook has one about chainsaws. And Tom, you have been a busy boy.
I have, Steve. I actually got a great letter from a homeowner in Cambridge about some sticky doors.
Sticky doors, hey, no problem for Tommy Silva. A power planer in 20 minutes, you're out of there, right?
I think it was a little more than that, Steve. I really think you should take a look.
A little more. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Ah, Cambridge. I love the streets of Cambridge. Never a place to park. Richard?
Tom, good to see you. Good to see
glad
you.
to see you have a driveway.
We've got the luxury of that, at least. You know, not forcing to try to put this out in the street. I don't think you'd park it if you had 3 hours to do it.
Well, I think you might be right on that. Boy, it's a triple decker. It's a great house.
Yep. We've been in here for about 17, 18 years, since '84.
Is it partially rental?
Well, we've got a couple of rental units in it. We changed it over about 10 years ago and took over the back half of the second floor. We're able to get out a couple of bedrooms for our kids and a bathroom upstairs for them.
Got to have a place for the
That's
kids.
Right. That's right. And we still kept the front rental unit there, a three-room apartment, and we've got the five-room on the top floor, and then we're on the whole rest of the first floor ourselves. Okay. So it worked out pretty well.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now, I got your email, and it said something about a concern about a sag or a structural problem.
Concerns, putting it easy. We've really got something going on there. And I can show you up on the first floor, see what's happening. We're getting some new sag on top of the old sag. It's got us pretty worried, and I don't know what to do with it. Here. You come on into the kitchen here. I can show you the start of the problem. And this is a door. In the kitchen, we have a bedroom off of here. This was working fine. This door was closing, and now you can see it's jammed up.
Yeah, it's definitely down on the right side.
Yeah. And come on through to the other room, to the dining room.
Ah, I see the header over that doorway right there. That's definitely down on the left.
Yeah, but you know, I think this is old sag. This
Old
is not
sag.
some new. That's right.
Old sag.
That's
Okay.
right. I put the shelf in a couple of years ago as my wife needed
Did you
more
put
room
this
for
wedge
cookware.
in here?
Put the wedge in, just cosmetic, just to fill the space.
Yeah,
You know,
you got to keep the wife happy.
that's right. We've got the old sag here.
You got about 3/4 of an inch to nothing in 3 feet. That's pretty good sag.
It's moving. It is moving some.
Ooh. You know what? I can actually feel the sensation of this sliding down.
Yep.
Now this door.
This door also now is jammed up now. This is the new sag.
Oh, so we have new sag
And
old
an old
sag.
sag,
Okay,
right. And
great.
it's the new sag's got us nervous.
All right.
Take a look. Take a look at this door.
Yeah, I can see that the left side is down.
Yeah, I think again that's the old sag. But what's happening up here with the crack?
Yeah, that's a
really
stress crack.
Take a look around here. Come on in the living room.
Oh yeah, I can
see
see
more
the
of it up
same
here.
thing with this door down on the left, and also I can see some stress cracks up here.
Take a look.
And I can see a stress crack up there.
More on this wall over here, too.
Yeah, more here, and even out on the hall.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've got some moving issues.
Well, maybe if you take a look in the basement, come on out the back porch, we'll go down the bulkhead. You can tell me a little more about what's going on.
I know, I love to look at basements.
Okay, right this way. Watch yourself on the cinder blocks here, Tom.
Okay. Well, you know, Richard, I've worked on a lot of houses of this era, and I hate to tell you this, but they're dreadfully understructured. Example right here. I bet this is a 6x8 main support beam. All of the joists on the first, second, third, and the roof are resting on the middle of this beam. Today, that wouldn't pass today's building codes. We would put probably a steel beam that would run the whole length of the house, one piece.
Steel sounds pretty good. How much time do you have this afternoon?
I don't have that much time.
Too bad.
A couple of new lally columns, new footings.
Yeah, and I think those are okay, but this is right under that doorway that I showed you from the kitchen into the bedroom, and that's jammed up, so I don't know what's happening. Let me show you where this all started showing up. There's a column right here. I came down one day, put my hand on it, and the thing just came loose.
Well, the bottom of it all rotted. You know what, Richard? You got a big problem here. This is sitting on nothing.
Well, we got pretty nervous when we saw this, so we got a little help and just put in these temporary posts down here. There's another one down over on this side.
Over here, you got,
Another steel column, and put a post next to this one, too.
See the steel column? This is hollow. Today, these have to be filled with concrete. Exactly what happened over there can happen here. When this thing rots away, all the structural integrity is gone.
Should we get out of here?
Well, I think we'll be all right for today, but tomorrow's another day.
All right.
All right, listen, this is what I want to do. I want to run a string line down the center of the house.
Okay.
If you have a hammer and a nail and a tape measure, I have the string.
Okay, I'll get them for you.
Okay.
Looks like you got there just in time.
I did, Steve. The house was ready to fall down. Let me show you what we did. On one end of the house, underneath the main beam, I measured down 20 inches. On the other end of the house, underneath the beam, I measured down equal distance. I ran the string taut and measured up to the beam, and whatever the number was told me how much the beam was sagging.
And how much was it sagging?
Why don't you take a look? Okay, I've got my reference line here off the bottom of the beam. I'm 20 inches. Are you on that line down there, Richard?
Yeah, Tom, it's right on
Okay,
there.
I'm going to start measuring up to the beam off of the line. Ooh, we're down about 1/4 of an inch right there in this area here. Let's see where we're at right here. Oh, I'm down 3/8 of an inch. It's coming down a little bit. Over here, no, there's still 3/8 of an inch. Let's see, that dining room hut should be, I'd say it's right about here. Oh boy, we're down at almost 1 3/8. It's a pretty good drop right there. That door's sticking.
Yep, that's nasty.
Okay, this is the kitchen. I'd say the doorway's right here, the jamb side. Down 1 1/4 inch on the knob side. 7/8 of an inch on the butt side. So that's why that door's sticking on the right side.
Right, that makes sense.
Right, now...
Can I set this thing down now? Got
Yeah,
all the measurements?
take it down. Well, you know, my theory here is basically to lift this section of the house up ever so slightly, basically to stop that door from sticking.
Okay.
Using these footings, using these lally columns, shim on the top of them.
Got it.
All right, down here, this steel column here shows signs of rust. I don't know what that footing is. I don't have x-ray vision. We need to dig that out, find out, put the right size in there, replace the column. Here, we found no footing at all. This has to come out. New lally column put here, and a new footing. Same thing right here. Another new footing, another new lally column. What that will do is that will stabilize the house. It'll stop it from going any further. We will correct the problem with the sticky door.
Right.
And if that's all right with you, that's the way we'll leave it.
I think that's the right way to go right now. We'll just get it stabilized, have it back where it was before the post fell out, and
Okay,
stop
now
it
later
there.
on, if you want to do a major renovation project, you want to spend some serious money, this beam can be taken out and a new steel beam slid right down the middle of the house.
Right.
Straighten it right out.
That's the job for later.
Okay,
Good.
let's get started.
That's a plan.
Richard, I need you over here for a second.
Okay.
All right, I got this cribbing. I got my jack set. All I need you to do right now is hold this column so it won't twist.
Got it.
When I start to turn. As soon as I get tension on it, it'll stop twisting. Okay? All right, it shouldn't turn now. Now, all I want to do here is I want to get this section of the beam and the house up enough to take the load off of this column.
Okay.
Once I do that, we can cut it out and we can start breaking through the floor.
There's nothing dangerous about this, is there?
Well, it's always dangerous when jacking a house. You really have to know what you're doing. But as far as us being hurt right now, ain't going to happen.
Good.
All right, Richard, what we got to do is start breaking through this floor. And we got to break away the concrete so we can remove this column
Okay.
and start to dig for the new footing.
Got it.
Now, if you want to use this hammer, I'm going to show you what to do. There's a trick. Basically, you want to break a little bit at a time. You don't want to go through too deep because it becomes stuck and it's hard to pull out.
Got it.
So let the hammer do the work. Watch what I mean. So work your way around. We want to be about 12 inches away from the column.
Good. Got it.
It's all yours. Okay? Don't go too deep because it'll get stuck.
This one's loose, Tom.
Okay, pull it out.
Okay.
Feel some pressure there?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Oh, Tommy, my gang's here. You want to meet them?
Oh, absolutely.
You
Hi,
got-
kids.
Hey there.
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
This is Lynn, Rachel, Adam.
Lynn, nice to meet
Tom.
you. Rachel, how are you? And I didn't get your name? Adam, how are you? Nice to meet you.
You got here just in time.
Well, what's happening?
Well, we're going to give you a little chore. How about if you go upstairs,
Okay.
check the door in the bedroom, and see if it opens and closes without sticking.
All right, I'll go
right.
do that.
You guys want to
Richard?
watch? Keep your heads covered in case it comes down.
Rich, you got to keep on cranking on this. Nice and
Okay.
easy now. Keep going. And if you have to, just lean into it with your hip.
Okay?
Lynn, keep trying it. Opening and closing it. Let me know if you feel anything.
It's getting even better, Tommy.
Okay, now, what I want to do is let it settle in for a minute. I want to hear if we hear it. I want to listen for any settling. Yeah, I can hear it. You hear it cracking?
Just a little crackling noise?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the house moving. We can't try to move it too quick.
Good. Can I move into the suburbs? More
That's a
parking?
good one. More parking, that's for sure.
Lynn, how's it doing now?
It's great. It's staying closed and it latches. It hasn't done this in about 6 months.
Well, that's excellent.
So you're a hero.
Yeah, I wish I could say I was, Steve, but I wasn't. What happened is when I took the jack out, that beam that had a natural sag in it came back and the door started to stick again.
So what'd you do?
Had to bring in another column. We had to dig another hole. That meant 5 holes and 5 columns.
That's getting pretty serious.
Big job. What I did is I actually had the homeowner dig the holes, then take some pictures of the holes.
Yeah.
He could then take these pictures down to the building department and file for a building permit, which he did. I signed it, building inspector signed it, and now we're legal.
Homeowner dug the holes. Good for him.
Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the floor for the size of the footing that I want you to dig the hole. And that's breaking through right here. 2 feet by 2 feet. And I want to go at least 12 inches thick. All right?
Got it.
This will hold the house where we've jacked.
And just go down square all the way around.
Nice square hole. I want it flat on the bottom.
Beautiful.
This is the only way to get cement, Richard. Let somebody else make it. Tad more. Just a splash more, yep. You're feeling strong, aren't you? Might as well fill that wheelbarrow up. Beautiful. Okay, Rich, pull back. Nice and easy. Now watch your hands on the chimney. There you go. Nice and straight. You're going good. Watch the water heater on your right. Okay. We got about a third filled. That's where we want to be to set the rebar.
You like my holes?
You did a great job, Richard. They're flat on the bottom and square on the sides. Okay, now we're going to tip it diagonally. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, nice and easy. Here we go.
Okay.
Hold it there for a second. Let me get that rebar moved on me a little. Beautiful. You're not going to ask me to sign this, are you, Richard?
Well, how about a handprint? We'll do the celebrity mitt.
No, maybe not a handprint. How about a footprint?
Good, good. We'll go for that.
All right, we're going to let those footings set up for a little while. I'll come back in a couple of days, help you set the columns, and then that door should really work.
That sounds good to me, Tommy.
Well, Richard, those footers are looking really good. They set up nice and hard, so we're ready to set. I've got the first column marked to length. I've got a Stilson wrench there. I need you to put it on here. That's going to hold this from spinning. I've got a pipe cutter, and I'm going to put on our mark and spin it.
And that's it? That's all we're going to need to cut this thing?
This and a hammer.
Well, that's pretty handy.
Yeah, it is. This is a great tool. If you didn't have one of these, you'd cut it with a cold chisel or a hacksaw. Then once you get through with that, then you got to break off the concrete with another cold chisel. I might have to true up the concrete a little bit with a hammer, but you'll see how easy it is. You want to try this?
Sure. You give it a whirl.
What you do is turn it, and as you're turning it around, add a little bit of tension to that at the same time. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. Yeah. There you go.
This doesn't seem like anything I'd just have sitting around my basement.
No, it's an expensive tool, but you can rent them. So it's
That's great.
It's worth it, believe me. I've done them the other way. It's not fun. A little more tension on the handle. Spin it.
Whoa, that's pretty slick.
Not bad, huh? We got a little bit of a high spot on the concrete right there. And all I do is hit it with a hammer. We're ready to set it. Okay, Richard.
You know, Tommy, these are a lot heavier than the ones I took out.
Well, those other ones were hollow, Richard. I mean, you know, give me a break. That's why your house was falling down. They were all rusted. Okay, drop your end down easy. I'm going to pick mine up. Put it. Let me get the plate for the top. What I got to do is I got to work this in under this joint of the 6x8. Okay, pick your end up on the plate.
So what happens with that joint out there?
Don't worry, Richard. You got to have a little confidence, you know. Okay, let's check it. Not too bad. Pretty close, pretty close.
Guess you've done this once before.
The eye still has it, Richard. Tap the bottom over. Hit the bottom that one. Hold it, hold it.
My eye's not as good as yours.
Oh, right on. Right on the button. Oh, tap the bottom this way, just a hair. A little more. Good. That's it. Not bad, Richard.
That's not going anywhere.
Now let's take this big boy out of here, and we're in business. All right, see if you can take it out of there.
Okay.
Here we go. We're in business.
We're still standing.
Here you go. To the truck. Okay, Richard, now for the acid test.
The acid test?
Lynn, you got a second?
Hey, sure, Tommy.
You got a test.
A test?
It's the acid test.
Okay. We're testing. Oh, the door.
The door, sticky door, remember?
Okay, let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, look at that. It shuts, it latches. This is fabulous. I can't believe it. It hasn't done this in 6 months.
6 months, maybe 6 years.
A little longer than 6 months.
Well, listen,
Tommy,
Richard, it was
thank
a lot
you.
of fun working with you.
Thanks, Tommy.
And I'm glad the door works. See you later, Lynn.
Bye-bye,
Great,
Tommy.
I'm gonna have to
Thanks.
repay you for this.
Well, I have a son in college. I'll send you his tuition bill.
Oh, you can send it on. Hey, you know, Tommy, we do have that problem with the roof.
Yeah,
You
I'll
go.
send you my phone number, but I don't answer the phone.
This is amazing. I can't get over that this closes. This is great.
Not a bad reward for a job well done.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for that check, Steve.
So what do you figure the moral of the story is?
Listen, when the doors in your house are starting to stick, find out why. As Richard did, he went down in the basement and he saw the steel columns were rusted. I told him they were hollow. Not good. You got to check the footing, get a good strong footing, replace them with good steel columns filled with concrete.
Well, they were lucky you came along.
They were, hey, what's that noise anyway?
That would be Roger Cook and his chainsaw in distress. Sounds like you're working that chainsaw awfully hard.
Well, Steve, I got to admit, before I was smart enough to put the logs up on the sawbuck, I was cutting down on the ground. I think I dipped the tip into the dirt and kind of rounded these teeth all off.
And that's all it takes. So you're just going to muscle your way through the rest of the job?
No, that would be unsafe. I actually have a friend coming up, a guy named Tim Odd, who's going to show me how to professionally sharpen these teeth.
Hey, I'd like to see that.
Well, stick around.
I can see here, Roger. You've got a lot of damage on this thing.
But can you save it, Tim?
Well, I think we can, Roger, but it's going to take some work.
Well, how do you get started?
Well, I brought along with me a model here that might help us to discuss this.
Oh, that's great. A blow-up of a single tooth.
Right, and here we can look. Majority of your damage is on this top, the point, and the side of the tooth. So I'd simply like to take a flat file, and we'll go from the inside to the outside and just remove that damaged surface.
Why the inside to the outside?
This side is softer than this side.
So the file won't take metal off of here, but it will work this edge.
Correct.
Okay. Show me on the saw, Tim.
Okay.
Now, is there anything special about that file?
It's just a flat mill file.
Okay.
And so here now, I can work on the right side cutter, and I just go back taking that damage off. And then I'll skip my left-hand cutter and go back over here to the right.
Let me try that, Tim.
Sure, Roger.
So no pressure down, just pressure against the tooth.
Correct. Don't overdo it, Roger. Just take off enough to take the damage off with this step.
Well, I'm completely around one side, Tim.
Okay, Roger. Now you want to move to the other side so you can cut those left-hand cutters.
Same thing, different direction.
Exactly. As you know, Roger, a file only cuts in one direction, away from you.
That I did know. Well, that's it, Tim. All the damage removed on the left and the right.
That's good, Roger. Then we're ready to move on to the next step.
What's that, Tim?
We want to resurface the side, the top, and the chisel angle here.
Okay, this bevel, the cutting edge.
Correct.
And how do we do that?
Well, we'll use a round file. And here we want to take and move this through the tooth from inside to outside again.
Any special techniques for that, Tim?
Well, really there are, because you don't want to pull up too high, nor do you want to put too much pressure down into the gullet, and you also want to keep the settings on the top teeth as original.
Boy, there's a lot of technique involved in that.
There is. And I brought another tool, though, today, Roger, that can help us to be able to maintain that.
Oh, I see. They've mounted the file on this piece of metal.
Correct? Correct.
How does that help you?
This sets through and rests on top of the tooth. So as we file through, it keeps us from going too high or too low.
Oh, I see. It's just guiding it right through the tooth.
Right.
Hey, what are these marks on the top?
Great, Roger. These actually help us to align that top angle. I keep it parallel here to the bar to keep that top angle correct.
Nice. Tim, this is a great tool. It really makes it easy.
Well, it looks like you're doing a good job with it, Roger. Just take your time and think good thoughts and work yourself around both sides there.
Yeah, if that's one thing I have, plenty of time. Tim, that's unbelievable. What a difference.
It looks like it's doing a lot better, Roger. I'd love to stay around and help you with the rest of this, but I've got a plane to catch.
Oh, that's okay. You go ahead. I'll take care of it. Hey, maybe Steve will come back. Yeah, it'll snow in August.
Okay, Richard. When was the last time you checked the posts in your basement?
You know, I don't think I ever have checked them. I can't even get to the basement. The door's stuck.
Oh, come on.
It's not funny and I shouldn't be laughing. You should look at the...
I know.
Hey,
Yes.
who wants a lesson in sharpening a chainsaw?
Not me, I already know how.
Figures.
Don't even own one.
I'll take a lesson. I can always use a lesson.
Thanks.
So until next time, I'm Steve Thomas
I'm Rich Trithewey.
I'm Tom Silva.
And I'm Roger Cook.
for Ask This Old House.
You know, I could really borrow yours, Roger. It's got to be sharp.
Yeah, but I bet it's dull when I get it back.
Email your questions to our online address, asktoh@pbs.org, or write to us, care of This Old House Magazine, 1185 Avenue of the Americas, New York, New York, 10036. And thanks.